Hello, I'm Bob Pritchard, the instructor of record for internships, and I'm here to outline the 5 steps that are necessary in order for you to receive credit for your internship here in Gaylord College. I'm going to outline those 5 very important steps briefly to you. The first and most important requirement is logging your hours. We use Interval software, which is a web-based software, so you can do this just about any place at home or in the schoolhouse. It is very user-friendly. We use it in Lindsay and Asp all the time. And so when you receive permission to enroll, you'll also receive a username and password along with instructions on how to utilize the software. This is really important because in order to successfully complete the internship, you've got to complete 160 hours of work experience for 2 hours of internship credit and 240 hours of work experience for 3 hours of internship credit. So I recommend that you do this at least weekly. Pick a day, log your hours, submit them. I look at them every Monday, so before then would be good. And because trying to remember how many hours you worked Tuesday 3 weeks ago is going to be very difficult, but this is very, very important. Okay, this is your packet. It may or may not be white, but it is essential to your success. Make sure when you get your packet that you take out, find in your packet, usually towards the back, the sheet that starts with congratulations on landing an internship for the coming semester. And please take a moment to write my email address at the top of that. It's rpritchard@ou.edu. I operate very well with email. I want you to email me if you have any questions along the way. You can also stop by my office, which is in Lindsay and Asp, but email works very well. So keep that with you. That'll also give you a good outline of your responsibilities. The very top sheet of that should be a pink sheet. It's the internship for credit checklist. This initially becomes a checklist for you, and then once you turn your packet in, it becomes a checklist for your academic advisor. What we're looking for are the first 4 items on the checklist. The first set is the internship application form E, and as you can see, there are 4 pieces to this above the information at the top. Part A are those JMC course credits that have already been taken, just your JMC credits. We're not worried about the others. It's great that we have a liberal arts education, but we're really just looking at JMC hours. Part B then is what hours in JMC are you going to take, either concurrently with the internship or subsequent to the internship. Block C and D are really important to me because this is where I look to make sure that your duties as outlined in Block C match up with your career and professional aspirations, Block D. Now, I think it's wonderful that data collection can be a part of all of our professions, but we want to make sure that this is putting you on the right trajectory, and that probably isn't going to do it. The second form we need is a letter from your supervisor. This can actually be an email. The email should state that you've been hired for the internship and should broadly outline your job responsibilities. The third form is the Memorandum of Understanding. Now, this is a legally binding contract, so please read this through carefully before you sign it. It says essentially that you will abide by all the rules and regulations of the employing agency and the University of Oklahoma, that you'll complete all the requirements as we're outlining them for the internship, and that most importantly, you are responsible for your own personal health, automobile, and professional liability insurance, that the university will not cover you for that. Sign it. You do not need to witness that, and that becomes the third form. The last form is the internship enrollment form, and this tells us whether or not you're going to take this course for 2 hours of credit or 3 hours of credit. Again, 2 hours of credit is 160 hours of work experience. 3 hours is 240 hours of work experience. And then please indicate which semester you'll be taking that. Again, sign it. You do not need to witness that. The fifth form that needs to be turned in with your materials is an optional form and only necessary if you have less than a 3.0 grade point average overall, or you have fewer than 15 hours of JMC credit. If either of those is the case, you must have the waiver, the internship credit waiver, signed by a professor in your sequence, your major. That if that's not possible, and sometimes it's not, then it needs to be completed by a professor who's had you recently in class and can attest to your ability to successfully complete the internship. Once you have those forms, you'll put them in the envelope and put your name and Sooner ID number on the front of the envelope. That will then be turned into your academic advisor. The forms that you kept with you are important towards the middle and end of the internship. The first of those is an intern evaluation by your on-site supervisor. This should be done at the halfway point, presumably 8 weeks into the semester. This is really important and has been an added requirement to the internship. We want you to successfully complete this internship, and so that feedback at the halfway point is crucial to that. I've seen already a couple of students who have ended up getting tanked at the end on their evaluations. First of all, I think that's horrendous leadership. It just bothers the heck out of me, and I have to put the pieces back together again. But how much better would that experience have been for that student had they had that feedback at the halfway point when they could have done something about it? So this is on you. Motivate, cajole, bribe, encourage, whatever you need to do, but have your supervisor complete that internship evaluation at the midpoint. That is, can be hand delivered, it can be faxed, or it can be scanned and emailed to Jana Foster in the Student Services Office, and her fax number is 405-325-0987. There's another intern evaluation by supervisors. That's to be done at the end of the semester. And with both of those supervisor evaluations, you have the right, and I encourage you to have your supervisor sit down with you face to face so that you get those nonverbals that you can't pick up if you're just reading the language. There is a student internship evaluation, and it's really important to remember that you need to be candid with us on this. At first blush, it may look as if we're evaluating you individually, and that's certainly not the case. It can't be confidential because we need to know that you completed the requirement, but it can't be anonymous. It is confidential, and the data, when reported, and it will be for accreditation and credentialing, will be reported in aggregate only. So please be candid with us. It's not, no one's individual response is going to be tagged, but we're going to be looking at this. For instance, and you all should answer highly satisfactory to question number 11, which is, I'm satisfied with the manner in which I performed as an intern. If not, then we probably do need to have a conversation. But the question right above it is, I am satisfied with the opportunity I've had to apply what I've learned in the classroom. Again, it's not looking at you individually, but if over time a number of yous provide this, and I start to see this scale go down towards the disagree side, then we've got a curriculum issue, or we're not getting you the right kind of opportunity. So this is how we make the program better. And then the last requirement is requirement for a reflection paper. 500 words, and I want you to capture 3 things in that. What you thought you were going to learn in the internship, what you actually learned in the internship, and then the aha moments. Aha, that's why my professor told me to do it this way. Aha, so that's what they were talking about in terms of the order, those sorts of things. 500 words again, that goes into the Dropbox in D2L, and if you do all of those things, complete your paperwork in good shape, keep track of your hours, get all your evaluations done, do your reflection paper, then you will have satisfactorily completed the requirement in Gaylord College for an internship. Thanks very much for your time and attention, and please email me if you have any questions at any point. Your academic advisor can also be very helpful in this regard. Thanks, good luck, and I'm looking forward to reading those reflection papers.